I'm Stefan Baumann, and I want to welcome you to another video. I got an email from somebody. It was basically like, well, I'm too old to do this or too old to do Facebook and marketing. It's like, you never are too old. I want you to listen to my response to a woman's letters that was sent to me via Facebook. I felt so inspired that I had to answer her, and hopefully you will be inspired too. So sit back and watch this episode on To Touch, Move, and Inspire at any age. Here is the question. It's from Joyce, but she didn't tell me where it was. Stefan, you changed my life. Thank you. I first saw you one day on TV painting a wood stream painting on PBS and instantly stopped what I was doing and became mesmerized by all that you taught and said. So then I checked your schedule and saw that the rest of those PBS weekly films, and I watched them with great anticipation and awe. Later, I Googled you and found you on YouTube, and the rest is history. So thank you, Joyce. I adore all of your free videos you share online. I take notes and hang on every word. I wouldn't be painting today if it wasn't for you. I'm just turned 82. Looked at my life and decided what I want to focus more attention on, and that would be daily painting. To have something meaningful, a part of me to leave behind when I go. Here's a hug and zillions of thank you, Joyce. Here's the question. At my age, should I have a website and focus on Facebook and Instagram and market my work to get it out there? So that's a common question. It's like, when are you too old? It's kind of like, I love what she says about getting her artwork out there. So it's meaningful as a part to leave behind when I go. And the thing is, a lot of people don't really think about that. But as artists, we have this wonderful opportunity where we get to leave something of us behind. And the reality is that not very much people get to do that. My mother passed away 15 years ago. Nobody even mentions her name anymore. I get phone calls often from people that are like in Maine, and they go, I answer the phone and they go, yeah. And I go, is this Stefan? I go, yeah. And they go, is this the artist on PBS? And I go, yeah, that's me. And he goes, I'm at a thrift shop right now, and there's a painting of yours here with a gorgeous frame on it, and this lady's looking at it. God honor, this is the phone call I get. And I said, well, how much is the painting? And he said, $12. And she wants to take the painting out of it and keep the frame. And I'm sitting here waiting, trying to talk her out of it. So she puts it back down so I could pick it up because I would love to have one of your paintings. And so this is great. I mean, when I died, I know that my paintings might not get far, but they'll definitely get to some thrift shops. And that's the way of the world, is that people inherit paintings from their family and they're not interested, so they haul all their crap to the thrift shop and there's your painting. But it's like 100 years from now, people will be looking up your painting and go, wow, Stefan Baumann, you know, wonder if he is anybody. Let me Google him. You get to leave something behind that at least shows you were here. And it's quite valuable. I mean, you watch Antiques Roadshow and you go, oh, wow, there's a painting. And it's like, Martha, come in here. They're going to be doing a painting. You know what that does? They could have this Chippendale, wonderful carved 17th century chair, and it could be worth, $20,000. But these paintings go up to 100, 125, 200,000. I mean, these artists never thought they were going to get that kind of money for their paintings. But part of it is your story. Part of it is the provenance, they call it. Even at 82, you're making a provenance for yourself. Even Grandma Moses had a provenance. We're in a wonderful age right now where you can do that for free or very inexpensive. And the thing is, ultimately, you want to share your life. So at 82, you probably have some grandkids and things. How awesome is a 6-year-old great grandkid, and he Googles his grandmother's name, and all of a sudden pop us a whole world of websites and Instagrams and different things that she does. I mean, what a lovely legacy. That I was teaching a workshop called The Power to Create. And I'd ask the students, I'd say, so, why are you taking this workshop? And one of the gals said, and I thought this was just one of those moments that, I just like, whoa. She said, I want my kids to know that I was more than just a chauffeur and a chef and a mother, that I actually had opinions and saw things that interest me. And she says, that's why I want to become really good at painting, because I want to show that my legacy, my family, the things I leave behind, that I was in not just some name somewhere on a family tree, but I actually produced stuff and made my life wonderful and made other people's lives wonderful. I mean, what an amazing gift that we have. You are the biggest thing that no one has ever known, but that will change today. And so, Joyce, yes, get yourself a website. You deserve it. Try to get it for just your name alone. Yeah. But yeah, set up a website. Set up all your paintings. Put your paintings out there so that Google can, grab them and make them part of history. Uh, Tell your story. The great thing about having a website is that you get to tell your story. You get to tweak that story and change it. And as you grow as an artist, you're going to become more known, more recognized. People on Facebook. One of the things I said earlier is that if you are showing people in this world that there's more to the last stage of your life at 82, that there's still a big chapter. It's like share it. You'll be inspiration for people that are your age, older, or even younger. And so having a website, getting involved with Facebook, the great thing about getting involved with social media, even at 82, the great thing about social media is that you work in your brain. A goal, a 20-year job, at 82. You'll be around until 102. Just imagine how many works you'll do by then. One thing that I have to say throughout my history that's been absolutely amazing is that people who sign up with coaching and classes with me, they seem to never die. They seem to live on and live on, even at the mercy of all their kids wishing they'd go. These people have a reason to get up in the morning. They get a reason to go for a walk. They get a reason to look at something and capture it. And then they get to share it with people. And the great thing about Facebook and Instagram and these other things is not only you challenge your brain, but you're actually like sharing your world and inspiration with others. You have no idea who you're going to touch. 100 years from now, one of your paintings are going to end up in a thrift shop, and people are going to say, who is this Joyce? And they're going to Google, and there you are. And people are going to mention your name, and you live on. And who knows? Somebody's going to walk into Antiques Roadshow, and they're going to say, I've got this painting, is it worth anything? And they'll say, yeah, she was an artist. She was 82 when she started. And yeah, people are starting to collect her work, but they won't do that unless people know about you. One of my most inspiration, if you've done my coaching and you've done things with me, one of the persons I talk about is Mrs. Gugolinski. And she was in 1981 or 82. I had the fortunate afternoon to get to spend some time with her. And she was in her 90s at the time. And her house was filled. She was lived in a senior home in San Francisco, high rise. She had a little tiny apartment, which used to be a motel room. And there she sat and she painted every day. And as she was from Poland, and her idol was the Pope at the time. And she painted the Pope every day from little tiny newspaper scraps. And I sat with her and she gave me the best advice I ever had that I didn't know I got. And she said, paint what you see. And she was a master painter. I was surrounded by glorious, wonderful artwork. It would be like visiting Caravaggio's studio. I mean, it was the greatest gift to see somebody at the end of her life like that with the most amazing works. She inspired me. She's the reason why I do a lot of the stuff that I do. This one lady, 90 something, she was one of the first artists that ever got into the salons, to the colleges in the 1880s. She was in Paris at the time. She brushed shoulders with these great impressionists. I mean, the story she had was great. I didn't understand a lot of them because she spoke very little English and I spoke no Polish at all. So I sat and had really stale tea and we talked and she told me, pay what you see. And I said, listen, I need more than that. So I came back the next day. She told me again, pay what you see. I was just too young to absorb what it was that she was telling me. So even at her age, she inspired me. But the sad thing is that we parted. I never saw her again. And in the process of writing my book, we were doing some research. We couldn't find anything on her. She was at a time when digital stuff wasn't around. There were no computers around. There was no websites or stories or Google or anything. And my fear, because I can't find anything, is that when she passed away, that they just took everything and put it into a garbage heap. So all these great works, all these fabulous paintings that nobody ever saw. I had the privilege of seeing them. It took me an hour to just flip through all of the artwork in that one studio because she never really sold anything. And all of that got trashed. And her work doesn't exist. And so, yes, record your work, share it with people. Run out and scream, I did a painting today. And if it ends up in a thrift shop, well, if enough of them end up, eventually they'll end up on Antiques Roadshow. So just remember this as I say goodbye to you guys. You are the biggest thing that no one has ever known, but that's going to change today because you need to get your artwork out and you need to share it to thousands of people. One thing, we don't know what kind of legacy we're going to leave behind, but I do know one thing. If you don't do something, there won't be any legacy left. So get out, get your artwork out, paint as best as you can. You may end up in a thrift shop, but 100 years from now, they'll say, who's this Stefan Baumann? And then somebody will say, hey, he is somebody. I mean, Beershell was discovered that way. So anyway, don't hesitate to take on something, try doing some coaching, learn how to work on Facebook. I do teach that in my Patreon group. Call me up for some coaching because without coaching, you're going to be just drowning. You need extra push to keep you motivated, to keep you interested, to keep you going every week. That coaching class is coming every Saturday. The Patreon group is coming. My book, my God, at least get my book and read it and get inspired. I love it. And then let me know how you were inspired at any age. I will help you get your Facebook, your website, what to do. I know, but it's crazy. We live in a society right now that everybody has a chance to become famous with their art. You are the next best thing that nobody has ever heard of, but that's going to change today. So do something. Turn this video off, go paint, give me a call for coaching. If not that, sign up for Patreon, share it, get your website, get your Facebook, and I look forward to talking with you in the future. I'm Stefan Baumann, and I would love to introduce you to a new book that I just wrote on plein air painting. After 40 years, I finally sat down with one of the best authors that I could possibly imagine for this project and put together everything I know about painting outdoors. And this isn't just an outdoor painting book. No, these are techniques that you can bring into the studio and they apply to watercolors, acrylics, gouache, and oil. You will be amazed at what you will learn with every turn of the page, every paragraph. We have worked through my videos, my information, my books, my blogs, and brought it all together. And over 2 years of editing, we brought it down to just the facts. This painting book has over 400 pages and almost 500 illustrations. If you see my videos and if you read my blog and you follow me on YouTube, you know that there's a lot of information. There's a lot of things you don't know that you don't know. I'm amazed at the quality of this book, the pages. It's a field guide. It's a book that you would take outdoors with you and paint on location. It's been organized so you could find your way through my keys. book explains 40 years of teaching and knowledge one-on-one. All the information that I possibly know about painting is in this book. So run, don't walk, and order this book today.
Get this book. It's awesome.